If you're busy dabbling with spreadsheets all day, it makes sense to learn a few formulas. My name is Yadullah, you're watching Candid.Technology, and in this video we are talking about how you can use SUMIF on Google Sheets. So the SUMIF function, as you can probably guess by the name, gets you a sum of units or a sum of a range with a given criteria that must be true. So it's generally written in this format. So you type in SUMIF, then we have our parenthesis. This is where our range comes in. This is where we enter our criteria in these brackets, and then we add in a sum range. So a sum range in this case is added into square brackets, and it's only added if there is a difference between the actual range that you've provided and if you want a smaller sum range in it. So let's say if I go ahead and take this entire range into the formula, the sum range could just be from item 3 to item 6, if that's what we're working for. Now, implementing this formula is also very simple rather. So one good example of using the SUMIF function is if you need the sum of number of units in a range that exceeds a particular proclivity. So for that, we can go ahead and we can add the formula. So equal SUMIF, then we open the brackets. So this is going to be G9 to G19. Alright, G9 to G19, comma, we'll add our condition here. Wait, messed up. Yeah, so we can add our condition here, which is greater than 15. So as you can see, I now have my result in here. Now this result adds everything in this list that is greater than 14. So greater than 15. So 14 gets discounted, 11 gets discounted, and things like that. If I were to, let's say, change this condition, so I can go back, make it greater than 70, press enter, and the result will decrease. So anything that is greater than 70 is now being included in this. If I say less than 70, press enter, you can see that consequently the overall sum of the values that we're trying to show decreases. So that was the most basic example of how to use the SUMIF function. Now let's say I have three different item 5s in my list, and I want to find out from this given list how many item 5s I have. So for that, we're going to enter the same formula. So this is going to be equal to SUMIF. We get our brackets in place. So this time the range that I'm going to provide is going to be my name range, or whatever range I want the criteria to apply. In this case, it will be F10 colon F21. So as you can see, my item range is now highlighted. And now it's time to provide our criteria. So our criteria is going to be item 5. So anything that matches item 5 will check the boxes, and then we're going to provide the sum range. So this is the range of the numbers that it actually has to add, which is going to be once again G10 to G21. When everything is done, as you can see, I already have the formula result right here. So if I press enter, my formula result now appears right where my formula has been added. So this is just one of the examples of how you can use the different range and different sum range options in the SUMIF expression or in the SUMIF formula to get different results. Now this also applies to dates. So let's say I have a date here, which could be anything: date of import, date of adding, and so on and so forth. So let me just make this bold. We'll very quickly do some very basic formatting here so that the table looks good while I'm explaining this to you. All right, and now I can add different dates to it. So let's say 2422. All right, so now I have different dates for all of my different items in the list. And now I want to find out the sum of an item that was brought in after or before a specific date. In this case, I am going to take, let's say, 1st January 2024, right? So once again, now this time the range for my formula is going to change. So previously I was filtering through names. Now I'd be filtering through the dates. So this is going to become E10 to E21. So as you can see, the dates are now selected. And now I have to provide two conditions here. So it's going to be greater than or smaller than, and then the date that we're looking for. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to provide two different operators, and we're going to join them using ampersand. So this is going to be greater than, then the ampersand symbol. And then now I'm going to provide my second date, which is going to be 1/1/2024. And then our sum range remains the same because, well, this is the range that has to be added. So as you can see, my formula is now ready. I press enter, and now I have a different sum, which is the sum of everything that was brought in 2024 in this list. So it would be this item, and this item. So these three items combined will now give us this result. Finally, you can also use this for partial matches. So it's just a matter of playing around in the formula itself. So for this, we're going to have to change our range here again. So let's go back to F10 to F21. And now I'm going to change the item criteria. So let's say anything with the item 1 star, and press enter. And now we have 109 in here. Why? Because it's now taking everything with item 1 and then it's adding it. So item 1 plus item 10, since our formula clearly states that it has to be item 1 star. If I change this to, let's say, item 2 and then asterisk, it only gives me 22 as a result because there is only one matching sort of item in the list. So if I were to, let's say, go ahead and change some names. So I make this one item 22, I make this item 5, this one becomes item 27. As you can see, the result changes because it's adding everything that has item 2 in it. And this is a way you can use to search for different names or different numbers or different criterias in your list and add things accordingly. And that's how easy it is to use the SUMIF formula in Google Sheets. If you like these videos, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, press the bell icon, and tell us in the comments below if you have any thoughts to share or if you'd like us to shoot any other content. If you'd like to know more about tech, visit our website, Candid.Technology, follow us on social media, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll see you in the next video.